Hello and welcome to Canvas by Instructure. This is going to be a brief overview of the program, basically just following a PowerPoint, and there will be other videos that will go over various features of the program. We're using Canvas in the Central Dauphin School District as our learning management system, our LMS program, and it has a lot of benefits, but we also have some other options that the district has available for you. So let's get started. So why are we using Canvas? Well, the Dauphin County School Districts adopted Canvas in order to work on several project initiatives together. One of them is to create a library of classes that are available in a cyber school concept. We are moving away from our older Moodle system, and Canvas just has a lot of Moodle or even in Google Classroom. So those are some of the reasons why we're working with it. Canvas is supported by most software platforms. It can be used on mobile devices and just about anywhere. And Canvas can be used to develop an online classroom or even used as a flipped classroom concept. You can start off by flipping a few lessons, flipping an entire unit, flipping your entire class. So you can use it as much as you would want to or as little as you want to. So what are some of the main features of Canvas? You have a variety of course structures. For example, you could set your class up to look like modules, which is very much like Moodle or Google Classroom, where basically you have a list of different features that your students can use. You can set it up to look like web pages, where you would have a web page per unit and an assignment list. You have a lot of different things you can do. It has a very versatile web page design program, much like our school wires that the school district uses for our web page designs. You can create a variety of assignments, and you can even get those assignments to work with Google Documents. You can actually have your students upload a Google Doc, a Google Sheet, a Google slide presentation with ease in Canvas. It has a very nice quiz and survey structure. It has a speed grading system, which is just amazing, where you give your students the assignment or the quiz, you go in and look at it, click on speed grader, and you can just grade everything online, have it display rubrics. Does a nice job with that. You can cross-list sections together. For example, let's say you teach 4 sections of the same class. So rather than having 4 different classes displayed in your list, you could crunch them all down into one class and then just look at each individual group of students as you wish. So you only have one class to maintain rather than 4 different ones. There are conference and discussion features where you can have video or teleconference. And you can also have discussions and blogs. There is also a gradebook within Canvas. At the moment, it is not currently linked with TAC, but we expect by the beginning of the 2016-2017 school year that anything you grade in Canvas will be able to export it straight to the TAC system. So that would be much less work for the teachers to do. For example, wiki pages. You can develop a web page with a lot of different structure and format to it. They can contain graphics, assignments, videos, links straight from Khan Academy or YouTube, and just have all your material listed into a web page format and say have a web page for every unit or concept. You can create some elaborate assignments within Canvas and choose how the students will submit their grades. You can give an area with the description of the assignment, any web links, videos. You can attach rubrics to them. So the assignment feature is pretty rich and robust within Canvas. And again, the students can choose to submit stuff from Google Docs if you wish. Quizzes and surveys are very much like they are in many of the other programs, very similar to what you can do in Classroom and Moodle. Quizzes contain elements like web pages with a variety of question types, and again, you can link videos in them, graphics, set how many attempts that the students can take a quiz, due dates, and comment on student responses as you go. The speed grader is a very strong feature within Canvas. With the speed grader, you can basically look at your students in a list. You know, these have been grayed out, but here would be your list of students. You can see what they have submitted for their assignment. You can click on the View Rubric button and just click down the list and where you think the grade should be, record the grade up here, and any comments you would like to give the students, you can record them here, and the students can go in later on and look at your comments. You can even mark up a document, circle things, and do other commenting within the document itself. You could even do a recorded media where you actually record a vocal response to your evaluation of their project. And the students can also upload assessments that way as well. As for modules, very much like Canvas or Google Classroom, you could list all of the components of your assignment or your unit into a list. So there could be web links, titles, PowerPoints, video links, assignments, and quizzes all linked within a module. So again, it's another option, or you can use within combination of other features within Canvas. You have a lot of options with Canvas how you want to display your content. Sometimes that can be overwhelming when you first start with the program. The gradebook feature in Canvas, I always remind my students, don't base your grade off of what's in Canvas, because not everything I currently do is graded in Canvas. They need to look at the Access Center for that. But again, the students can look at their grades, they can click on a submission assignment, they could view your comments that you gave them for that assignment, and move on from there. Conferences and discussions, maybe you would want to hold some type of discussion in your class where students can post their reactions to certain things. But it is a nice feature. It is like a blog. You would have to monitor it and moderate it. You can also have video conferencing within Canvas. This could be used within your department if you have students that are basically being homeschooled at the time, or some other situation where you need to be able to talk with them face to face or to show a discussion. You can do that within the program. As I mentioned earlier, Canvas operates on just about every major operating system out there, and they have some very good apps to work with all of them. So logging into Canvas, how do you get into there? You can go directly to the cdschools.instructure.com website, and it'll take you to the login. You could go to cdschools.org, and in the quick links you'll see a link to Canvas. In the near future there will probably be some nice buttons and some other linking within the cdschools.org website, but as for now it's just showing up in the quick links option. And from the CDNet you can access Canvas through the applications menu, where we get all of our other programs that are available within the school district network. So what's it look like when you log into Canvas? So after you pick one of those options to log in, you'll be taken to a login screen. Parents can actually create their own account to be able to go in and view their individual students' progress in Canvas. What they would need to do is have their child's credentials for the first login, and after they did that, then they would be able to create their own account from that. But you just normally log in with your district credentials. Every time you change your password to log into the district network, it will automatically be updated in the system. And when you log into Canvas, this is what you will see when you first log in. Canvas has just recently changed their user interface so that you now have a bar going down the side. So you have access to your global navigation on the side. Global navigation and user settings. You can go into account and change your personal account settings. These are not the settings for an individual class. These are the settings for your own personal account. The dashboard will show all of your current classes, and you can also see courses here, and again you can go back and look at all of your classes from previous years. All of your classes are always kept. A calendar, an inbox. In the middle here you've got the dashboard, and it can be either displaying dashboard or notifications. You would determine what you see by flipping this button, and it would show you either navigation or just the classes that you have available. There's a nice help section in Canvas. This button is always here. So whenever you have questions about Canvas, go into here. You can either ask the community, or you can browse the user help files for Canvas. There is a very strong user community within Canvas, and most of the questions that you will probably ask have been asked by other people and answered by other people. So sometimes the community is a better place to go than just the help pages. So let's take a look at the Canvas interface. When you start out with Canvas and actually get into one of your classes, you're going to see your basic main page of your Canvas course. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see the course navigation, which is basically a list of all the different things that you can do within Canvas, and you can choose which items of this list are actually available and displayed for your students by going into the course settings. These settings here are specifically for the course, whereas these account settings or for your own personal account, your global account. So these would be the settings that you would go to for the actual course itself. So again, you would be able to go through all your different things. When you hit home, whatever you determined was going to be your home page would be displayed. The next thing you would see in Canvas is a breadcrumb trail at the top of the screen. So as you go deeper, say into the quizzes section and then go into one of your quizzes, you'll see this list grow, and you could just click back through in order to navigate to another area. And again, the back button will also work within Canvas too to take you back to your previous page, but you'll see a breadcrumb trail that you'll be able to work with. The area displayed in the middle of your screen is your content area, so you get to choose what will be displayed here when kids click on different things within the program. What do they see when they first go into the class? You can choose a different home page, and that home page could be a specific web page or a list of quizzes or a list of modules or assignments. So you can choose what's going to be displayed here, and sometimes that gets very confusing for people when they first start out with Canvas. You can actually feel a little overloaded with how do you want to set up your class because you have so many options of what will be displayed. And you can set your display structure any way you want to. You can even have it display a syllabus and write up a description about your class. So the content area in the middle, and you are kind of limited to how wide this will be. If you're into designing web pages and putting graphics onto a web page, you want to be careful how wide you make your content in here, because on certain screens it may not display if the screen resolution is too low, or even being displayed on a screen in your classroom. If you're into designing graphics and you want to know a good pixel width to set up in your page, keep your pages down to about 600 pixels wide, and things should be displayed on just about every screen resolution. Over here on the right hand side you have the sidebar, and this content will change depending on what you're in. If you're editing a web page or editing an assignment or a quiz, the content will be displayed differently over here. If you're going into just into a quiz or an assignment, you'll have an option to go in and use SpeedGrader or view the results of the classes or the results of the quiz. So you have a lot of options that will change over here on the right hand side depending on what you're doing. And last but not least, you will see a publish button a lot in Canvas. If something is not published, it will not be visible to the students. So if it's a little cloud with an X in it and the button is gray, that means it's unpublished. If it's green with a little check mark in it, that means it's published. So you want to make sure that you're publishing content as you go through your program. And if you don't want the kids to see something for the time being, you can unpublish something and they just won't be able to have access to it. So very much like Moodle, where you can publish and unpublish things on demand. So if we were actually in the classroom right now and we're going to use Canvas, we would have you log in and use the system. And again, that would be where some of the other videos would be useful for you. So good luck. Hopefully you can get a good start with Canvas, and don't be afraid to experiment. Thank you.